Welcome to Sydney, baby. Welcome to another Gaz Right video, and it's Friday morning, Bondi Beach. It's absolutely Sergio Ramos in here. You could not swing a cat round, and we're going to be concluding the daily vlog. It's been an unbelievable 50 days was the goal, and we've done about 56, 57, maybe even 58 by the time a few of the extra ones go live. So you know what we do in this channel, we set goals and we surpass them, but we're going to go back to the old format of doing the more like travel guides and more like planned out content. I think I really enjoy doing the daily stuff, the daily vlogs, find it really fun. Obviously just love rambling to the camera just like this. We do it in one take, but I think sometimes, do you know what I mean, there's no kind of structure to it, and especially on like a Sunday when you're just chilling, sometimes it is a little bit forced, or on like the travel days and stuff. So we're going to take a little bit more time to relax, recuperate, and have a bit more structure to the videos, a little bit more like cinematic stuff with like the drone shots, and yeah, just have things planned out, and a little bit more insight on the places we're going to, because it's extremely difficult to plan an itinerary and then do daily vlogs and then plan a very structured vlog and kind of what I'm going to say and what I'm going to talk about in the different places as well. So the vlogs are going to be coming less frequent, but the level, the quality is going to be elevated. If you do enjoy the daily vlogs, bang me a message down below and I can kind of factor them in as and when we're having a bit more of a relaxed day. But some concluding thoughts on Sydney, our experience, our time, and I guess Australia as a whole, because it's been an unbelievable 3 weeks here. Obviously I would advise that anyone, if you're looking to like travel Australia, go north to south, because everywhere we've been has been progressively better and elevated as we go. We started in Darwin, which I thought was really, really good. Really enjoyed the national parks. The weather there was insane. It was like 35 degrees in their winter, and then as we've moved down, obviously then to Cairns, the Great Barrier Reef, Fitzroy Island, couldn't speak highly enough. Do you know what I mean? The marine life, the water, sensational, and then onto the Gold Coast. For me, the Gold Coast was absolutely brilliant. We had Live Surprise in M, which was ridiculously fun. I would say the Gold Coast is very much like a party vibe. I wouldn't be saying like, do you know what I mean, Cairns, Sydney, there's a lot more things to see, explore and do, whereas I think for me the Gold Coast is very much a, I'm not going to say a stag do vibe, but if you go to like Surfers Paradise as an example, that is going to be your stag do, you fire up, you're on the beer wires. But I thought it was brilliant, and obviously it's a nice mixture between all the exploring and adventuring as well. And then Brisbane, phenomenal. So for me, Brisbane, as I said in the video there, is the Manchester of the UK. Whilst not in Brisbane, I would go do obviously some of the hiking that we did, and also go to Australia Zoo, Steve Irwin's zoo, absolute legend of the scene. So yeah, I can only speak highly of that experience. And then Brisbane, get my words out, the city itself, as I say, reminds me of Manchester. You've got the big river running up the middle. You can go to like the Coutha Lookout, which is absolutely beautiful, overlooking the city, silly JPEGs, silly scenery, and just an absolute vibe. And then obviously we got to Sydney, we got to the promised land. We've heard such good things. We've wanted to come here for such a long time. We've got loads of friends here, and it has only elevated its status in my thoughts on kind of what you see online. It is exactly that. It's a place where people take, do you know what I mean, their fitness. It's a place where people take their business and their jobs extremely seriously. It's just a great way of life. Do you know what I mean? The fact that we've got up this morning, little 6:30 a.m, gone to little icebergs, had a little swim, and it is rammed on the beach. People running, people doing yoga, people just taking their fitness a little bit more seriously. I think anywhere you go in life, do you know what I mean, there's always people on their grind. But again, it links back to what I've been banging on about and kind of learning, or teaching myself really. I think the main takeaway from this trip so far has been weather impacts your mood so much. If you're in an environment where it's sunny, even if you're going to work, you're having a better day. Do you know what I mean? The depths of winter in the UK are absolutely horrible, but when it's the summer, it's unreal. Like summer in London there is literally, maybe there is a few places, but it's one of the top places in the entire world. But it is just that such a small window in the UK for that summer, which I do think is a bit of a killer. So we're going to be exploring options, contract negotiations for the 2025 season. Maybe Europe, maybe Australia, maybe Bali. We do not know yet. We're keeping our options open, and we're playing the field. There's Zlatan Ibrahimovic of the Bolton scene. But just some other thoughts about Sydney and about Australia. I think that the respect people have for the environment here, whether that's the sea, whether that's just generally walking around, it's a super clean place. And the other thing as well, which kind of surprised me, not that I didn't think it would be safe, but it is an unbelievably safe place. If you leave your stuff out, we've come back like swimming and just leave it on the side. When you're on the beach, do you know what I mean? Loads of countries we've been to this year or in my life, me and Emma are always like, oh, when there's just us two, we never want to leave our stuff. Here, everyone just leaves their stuff. It's been absolutely fine all the time. The only slight negative, or two slight negatives, are if you were to move here and you were from the UK, don't get me wrong, we can all read a map. It's a bloody long way from home. So I think the negative there are seeing friends, seeing family, Needs and Shady would have to be on a flight multiple times per year, Martin, Noreen, and all the rest of the gang. But I think that's the only actual negative. The other slight thing I'm like, oh, was a bit annoying. I don't know if anyone watched the vlog from last Saturday, but like, you have like 4 beers and they're like, sorry, you're too drunk to get in the bar. Like one of the lads who was with us last week, or 2 of the lads that happened to, and I'm like, it would, I mean, do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Maybe that'll push me to do better on the fitness front. But yeah, imagine one of those bouncers in Bolton or in Manchester or something like that. They would be in an absolute world of trouble. People turning up after about 15 pints of like Carlin or Stella or something, throwing haymakers in a wife beater vest. Absolute carnage. But yeah, for me, I'm going to need a few more days just to finalise and fine-tune my thoughts. But if it's not second, if it's not first, it's definitely second of my all-time top countries that I've been to. Very, very similar levels to Japan. Anyone that's known me, anyone that's asked me the question over the last 5-6 years, I've always said Japan for like the food, the environment, the people, the culture, the things to see and do. I think for me, Australia as a whole has that similar level. I think the key word here is versatility. If you want to party and you want to go out, Gold Coast. If you want to get on your fitness grind, do you know what I mean? Just get yourself around Bondi. If you want to go to the national parks, there are so many national parks, the Blue Mountains, the Glass Mountains. We went up to Litchfield National Park in the north. There are so many different places you can go and do that. You've got the surfing element, you've got the sea, all the coastal towns on the east side have been absolutely beautiful, and yeah, great from a safety standpoint as well. So there are so many positives to take away. We're going to be concluding our adventure here on Tuesday. So we're going to have the weekend, fire up a few last beers, a little bit of pickleball action tomorrow, but no more vlogs until we're in our next destination, and we've got a lovely little trip lined up. We're going to Fiji. We're not really sure how we're going to do it yet. We fly on Tuesday, so we probably do need to lock this in, but we don't know whether to go down the stay in Nadi, which is like the main town that you fly into, and then that'd be kind of more like a city vibe, and there still are nice beaches there, and it would be still a really good time. Or do we go all out and go and stay on like a bungalow on like a deserted island in the middle of nowhere? So me and Emma are weighing things up at the minute. There's pros, there's cons to both. The water looks unbelievable. I've been saying on this channel for a little while, I don't think anywhere can eclipse the Philippines. However, from what I've seen online of Fiji, it looks sensational. So I think the Philippines had that like real turquoisey, translucent see-through colours. From what I'm seeing of Fiji, it's pure blue, which again, blue trumps everything. Up the boys, up city. But yeah, we're going to be going from there. Then we're going to be moving over to, I think, Tonga, Samoa, and I think via Auckland in New Zealand before we fly to South America. So we've got an unbelievable 5 months left of the journey to go. Would love you to be a part of it, and hopefully that's what we've got planned at the minute in terms of we had a year boxed off. If we can keep the dream alive longer, we will do. If we want to move to another country, I think that's going to be one of the top priorities on the list. So the journey is only but beginning if you enjoy what you see. If you have any questions for me, travels, cost, what we're up to next, what my deeper thoughts on Australia, specific questions about Australia, any of the countries we've been to over the last 6 months. If you're just tuning in now, we've been to 17 countries in 6 months. including spending 2 months in Bali. So we've been active up to 73 countries now globally, so we're closing in nearly on the final 25% en route to 100. So hopefully I've got some wisdom, some knowledge I can bestow to yourselves. So if you have any questions, bang it in the comments down below. Whilst you're down there, hit that subscribe button. Still en route to 2K subs. I'll see you in the next video, baby. Remember, the chef, he's always cooking. Let's get it.